As the midterm elections draw near, candidates are using every tool to promote themselves and their message.
Yeah, one of the largest tools in our society today is social media. Fox 44's Allison Fox O'Connor joins us in the studio after speaking with experts on how the use of social media can affect a politician's campaign. Allison.
Well, Adam, social media, like you said, has become a way of life in today's society, and many use it to promote themselves, products, or messages. Politicians are starting to hop on that trend of targeting newer platforms to reach more voters.
Social media is a ginormous component of how we win elections.
That's what Baylor communications professor Dr. Scott Varda said when asked if social media can impact the outcome of a political race. Society now lives in the digital world with platforms like TikTok and Instagram, along with older platforms like Facebook and Twitter. Today, political candidates are using those websites to their advantage as they gear up for an election. But can their online presence change the public's perception?
We're seeing some authenticity and some real personality coming through on these candidates, and it's not just the polished, here's my airbrushed headshot and the perfect little, commercial with me walking my family.
Social media expert Karen Brown explained that a politician's social media presence could make or break their campaign, as it all depends on what they put online. Dr. Varda explained that TikTok is now one of the top used social media platforms in the world, and the reason many candidates are using it is due to the nature of their reach when compared to other platforms.
Other sort of important difference between the social media possibilities of TikTok versus the social media possibilities of another platform, however, are things like virality and intensity of engagements.
Varda touched on gubernatorial candidate Beto O'Rourke's TikTok presence and how he believes O'Rourke is using his platform to show that he is open to taking questions from people on the other side of the aisle. Brown explained that in past elections, many on social media may have felt like their voices are not heard and their votes do not matter. But with the use of social media, she says that could change.
A lot of the politicians on TikTok are reinforcing that you make a difference and your vote counts. And I think what a lot of that, again, that young demographic is feeling like it doesn't matter. If I go and vote, it's not going to change anything. And so kind of overturning that mindset and that thought process.
But the question still remains. Can social media change the outcome of an election?
I think that's one that we are obviously not going to have an answer to until sometime late at night in November. But there's a very real possibility.
So when you take out your phone to scroll through your favorite social media apps, check out which candidates you're seeing online and what their platforms look like. In the studio, I'm Allison Fox O'Connor, Fox 44 News.